I love that bit, still. Well, I've come out today in a gap in rain. It's been raining for the last few days. It's not been very nice. I want to thank you for all the sort of positive comments I've had about the Walt Whitman poem that I read on my last vlog. It took me over a week to upload it, so I'm not very happy with my internet connection. So I've actually changed my provider, or I'm going to next week. Excuse me voice, I've got a frog in my throat. Which bodes well for reading a poem, doesn't it? The poem that I've chosen to read today is called First Love, and it's by an English poet called John Kerr. Now John Kerr, he was an early 19th century poet. He was born 1793 and died in 1864. Son of a farm labourer. And he became known for his celebrations of, wait for Harley Davidson to pass. He became known for his celebrations of the English countryside and his sorrow at its disruption. Puts me in mind of Gemeinschaft und Gesellschaft by Ferdinand Tonnes. I'm sure you sociologists out there know all about him. And Gemeinschaft und Gesellschaft, loosely translated from German, means community and association or society. And a lot of his poems were about the breakdown of the rural agrarian society and the birth of the industrial society or capitalism, the birth of association in big cities. When rural farm workers left the farms, left the land and went into cities to find better paid work. Can't blame them for that, but that's when it all started. His poetry underwent a major re-evaluation in the late 20th century and is now often seen as a major 19th century poet. During his lifetime, like I say, was the son of a farm labourer. He lived most of his life in abject poverty and suffered a great deal of mental illness too. In fact, his biographer, Jonathan Bay, called Clare the greatest labouring class poet that England has ever produced. And no one has ever written more powerfully of nature, of a rural childhood, and of the alienated and unstable self. Well, that says a lot. So right, I'm going to read this. It's called First Love. Might invoke memories, this. Right, so First Love by John Clare. I ne'er was struck before that hour with love so sudden and so sweet. Her face it bloomed like a sweet flower and stole my heart away complete. My face turned pale as deadly pale, my legs refused to walk away. And when she looked, what could I ail? My life and all seemed turned to clay. And then my blood rushed to my face and took my eyesight quite away. The trees and bushes round the place seemed midnight at noonday. I could not see a single thing. Words from my eyes did start. They spoke as chords do from the string, and blood burnt around my heart. Are flowers the winter's choice? Is love's bed always snow? She seemed to hear my silent voice, not love's appeals to know. I never saw so sweet a face as that I stood before. My heart has left its dwelling place and can return no more. Quite a powerful poem, that. And it's if you're looking kind of for a metaphorical insight into this poem, I think you might be disappointed, because metaphors, if there are any, are quite weak, and but the saving grace of this poem is the words and the feelings that they invoke speak for themselves. And who can forget the first love? Oh, Stephanie Woods, wherefore art thou? Be still, beating heart. A first love is indeed a powerful force, and I certainly remember mine, as I'm sure you do yours. So that were it. That's it for the poetry today. I hope everybody's keeping safe. I'm watching news with some dismay at what's coming out of America about the policeman's murder of the black guy, George Floyd. I'm not amazed. The only thing that surprises me is that it's still going on. It's nothing new. And America's history is littered with unnecessary deaths and murders. It brings to mind the story of the young couple that were in bed, and plainclothes police burst into their apartment, suspecting that the young lady was a drug dealer or was in possession of drugs. And they pumped 8 bullets into her body in bed. And they never did find any drugs in her place. In fact, she was a professional woman. I can't remember exactly what profession she had, but it was something quite respectable. Something quite respectable. And the police that shot her put 8 bullets into her body. Nothing happened to them. They didn't get reprimanded. And now I hear that I think it's Minneapolis is going to dismantle its police force and start again from scratch. Something needs to be done. I mean, like one young black girl said as she was being interviewed for BBC, it's 400 years of hurt and discrimination, murder and torture, and being disregarded as a human being. So you can understand, well, I can understand why the people that are protesting are feeling the way they are doing. It's not just in America. I mean, the protests about this one incident, or the one incident that's brought it to head, it's gone worldwide. Every major city in the world is having demonstrations and riots. Of course, certain quarters are making political capital out of it. It really is a terrible time. My heart goes out to everybody who's suffering from any form of racism. I mean, one of our major cities, Bristol, were founded on slavery, and demonstrators pulled a statue down to is regarded as a merchant. He made his fortune dealing in slaves. And they pulled his statue down, much like they did the dictator in Iraq. And they pushed him through the streets to the quayside and into the sea, over the wall and into the sea. And some people are upset. They've even defaced a statue of Winston Churchill. Well, those who decry that and say it's a crime, look at your history. It's not hard to do. You might change your mind when you read a little bit deeper than what you're taught at school. But anyway, enough on politics. Like I said earlier, I hope you're all keeping safe. Very uncertain times. It's been announced today in UK that, well, certainly in England, that junior school children aren't being allowed back to school until September. I think that's a good thing. I think we're opening up far too early. We're going to expect another big spike of COVID-related deaths in the next few weeks. I don't know when this is going to get posted because, like I said earlier, so many problems with my internet connection. We're living in a black hole here. It's really terrible. The only solution is get fibre. get fibre broadband here, but for some reason they're not doing it in this area. Probably because it's a working class area, maybe not deemed worthy. It's getting a bit chilly now. I've put my cap on. So I'm going to wrap it up in a minute anyway. But I right enjoyed this poem, and when I first read it, I've never read it before. I'd never heard of John Clare before, and when I first read this a couple of days ago, I thought that has got to be the poem for my next vlog. It just straight away brought to mind my first love when I was 15. Wow, powerful indeed. But there you go. I want you all to stay safe. Hopefully with this being a little shorter video, it might get uploaded a little bit quickly. I think it's rubbish that you can't have a video over 15 minutes unless you've got over 1,000 subscribers. I mean, what's that all about? Frustrating and annoying. There you go, YouTube, get it sorted. Because there's small creators that want to make, like I want to make a documentary about Great Sheffield Flood. That's going to be far longer than 15 minutes. But I can't upload it to YouTube until I get over 1,000 subscribers. So I'm even on TubeBuddy Premium, so I don't know. But there you go. Anyway, you take care and stay safe, and I'll catch you all later. Bye for now.